Welcome to Young Startup Talent Brighton and Hove in a Dragon's Den style 2014. Held here in the heart of Brighton City College, 6 young entrepreneurs will pitch against 7 leading businessmen and women for their chance to take hold of the investment of £50,000 worth of business products and services, all of which are being donated by local businesses to help them take their businesses to the next level. The grueling process of selecting these few began back in November 2013, when the team went out to deliver workshops and assemblies to local schools, colleges and universities. In March, the team worked together with the top 12 to further develop their businesses. Contestants are then invited to lock horns with some of the sponsors and judges in a heated one-to-one speed networking session. The fast-paced evening was followed by the business community meticulously breaking down business plans, concepts and figures to determine who to take through to the final, running late into the evening. Making up the Dragons for Brighton and Hove 2014 is Head of Professional Negligence Group and partner of Mayo Win Baxter, Karim Mohammed. Successful businessman and entrepreneur who has recently worked on leading a major government housing scheme with a monthly turnover in excess of £3 million, who is currently working on the world of engineering, otherwise known as the Engineerium, in Hove, Mike Holland. Founding partner of Young Startup Talent and director of leading PR agency in the Southeast, Media Word Waves, Lorraine Nugent. Director of leading IT company and 2014's Business Person of the Year at the Sussex Business Awards, Andrew Hookway, Extech. A senior reporter at the Argus and stand-in business editor, originally from Nottingham, he studied at the University of Sheffield before joining the city's newspaper, Ben James. Director of Economic and Social Engagement at the University of Brighton for 5 years, helping to establish economic and social engagement on a national level, Chris Baker. Partner of leading accountancy firm Hartley Fowler, who focus on helping growing businesses and helping them to succeed in the future, Dan Simpson. Our 6 wait patiently for their chance to enter the den and impress the judges. Let's see how they get on.
First into the den is 25-year-old William with his new take on a healthy tea.
My name is William Sudan and I'm here today to talk to you about my company, White Eyebrow. White Eyebrow is an innovative brand that intends to be the first to market with a healthy tea beverage developed to revolutionise the tea industry and its drinking culture. The unique herb and fruit tea cordials will be the first range of products that White Eyebrow bring to market over the next 3 years to become the leading company in tea innovation. White Eyebrow is a diverse company that will disrupt the tea market in a positive way. We are going to build on a tea ritual culture to deliver alternative products that reach a wide customer base. We are not a one-trick pony. The concentrated tea cordials are made from certified organic, natural and vegan-friendly ingredients, including powdered ceremonial-grade matcha green tea, powdered fruit, herbs, spices and natural fruit juices. Each 250ml bottle contains 25 servings. Like to try my drink? So I can bring this over to you. So you've each got a glass. So basically, to the directions of the product, you just add 2 teaspoons to hot or cold water, and in that you're going to ingest all of the ingredients without throwing anything away. Like if you're in a tea bag, you're actually ingesting all the health benefits which are on the cards that I've given you here. The longevity of the product, initial test shows the product lasts 28 days after opening if stored in the fridge. I'm currently in talks with a food scientist and food scientist company that will be able to provide specific nutritional information and labelling. I have budgeted £500 out of the £2,000 cash injection to cover this cost. We have a diverse core product that can lend itself to light refreshments, alcohol, virgin cocktails and cooking. It's not just specifically for tea, you can actually use it in other things as well. Since progressing to the final of Young Startup Talent, I've had 2 retail experts contact me saying that they can see my vision as well and they've offered their help, support and expertise to get the product out there. Thank you for your time and I'll now be happy to answer your questions.
William gets his pitch off to a T. It looks like he has done his research in this competitive market.
Will, hi.
Hi.
I'm a bit disappointed tonight you haven't come out here with your white eyebrow.
I know, I was umming and ahhing whether or not to come out with the white eyebrow, but I thought I'd be a bit more conservative this time and not put it on.
You see, I think you are the special selling point. When I see you with that wide eyebrow, I can visualise the label.
Things like that. I mean, we've I've been having talks about, you know, doing some sort of marketing with, you know, Twitter and Facebook, and if they tweet, you know, the white eyebrow, you know, them drinking the drink with the white eyebrow, then we can retweet that and then potentially give them a discount on, you know, their next order or something like that.
With regards to the packaging,
yes.
Why does it come pre-mixed? Why doesn't it come like we buy coffee or hot chocolate or even tea? Why doesn't it come in a dry form?
Well, to be put it in, the reason I put it in a liquid form is just purely from convenience. For the matcha itself, the actual powder, you can buy a 30 gram tin for £25. Now I've got 25 grams in a 250 milliliter bottle, and it's already pre-mixed.
The issue that I have, certainly looking at the glass and looking at the bottles, is the solubility of the product. It looks like there's a residue being left. Is that going to detract? Have you had any feedback?
The residue, I mean, that's the actual powder itself. Like I said, on the bottle, when it's developed, it will say to shake before use. Once you shake it, then all the powder will, you know, obviously come into the liquid, and you can pour it straight through. And the actual residue itself is all the goodness that you're taking in, and that makes it unique, rather than having a tea bag where you're going to put it in and you're going to chuck it away. That is a benefit to you for your health, to actually absorb and ingest, you know, all that goodness.
But I only think once the product is out there in the market, then that will lead other competitors to look at that product. If it's working, then they'll develop their own product of a similar nature.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's always going to be competition, but I think with, you know, the passion that I've got, and, you know, hopefully with a great team behind me as well, I want to be, you know, top of the market with that.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
Okay, well done.
Second into the den is 23-year-old Chloe with an innovative new product designed to help those with dementia.
Hello, I'm Chloe Meineck. I'm the designer of the Music Memory Box, a new product for people with dementia. So the Music Memory Box is shoebox sized, and when you put the object in the centre of the box, it sets off an individual piece of music. This uses RFID technology, like this technology that's used in Oyster cards around London. The dramatic speed at which Britain is ageing means that dementia has recently been described as the #1 national crisis. Now is the perfect time to develop my products and set up my company. I first saw the startling effect that music has on dementia sufferers when visiting my great-gran in hospital. Although she couldn't remember who her family were, at her care home there used to be a piano, and she used to be able to play 50 songs and remember all the lyrics to all the songs. So in the second year of my university course, we were given the opportunity to design for future populations of the UK. So I picked dementia, and I started researching into music and dementia. So I made my first prototype for a family member, and each object related to someone in her family that she wanted to remember. Since graduating, I've been on 2 residencies, one based in Cornwall and one based in London, and these were to develop the first prototype to the second prototype, test that, and then get to the third prototype, which is what I've got here. I've tested my box in care homes, day centres, hospitals, and I've tested it on around 120 people and got all their feedback from all their family and carers about the product and the potential market. So the unique selling points of my memory box above other memory boxes is the fact that it's multisensory, the fact that it uses music, objects and photos to promote reminiscence and storytelling. And also that it comes in kit form, so you'll put your own objects and own music into the box, so it becomes really, really personal, and the more personal the box is, the more effective it is. Memory boxes currently in care homes are quite generic, like they have a 40s, a 50s, 60s box, and group people into 10 years of music in one CD. And my products are really about understanding the person and their whole life story, and that promoting stories rather than a generic reminiscence box.
What will the judges think of the Music Memory Box at a closer look?
My concern is how much you're charging for it.
Yeah.
What research? Because you said that you want to retail it for, was it £250?
Yeah.
How have you come to that figure? Because your markup's quite high, isn't it? So
yeah, I think £250. Personally, I think that's the price that it should be sold at. But I've looked at other products. If you look in the competitors, there's like a new product called Ode, which is like a new product going into dementia care homes, and that's priced at about £270 and £100 every 6 months, and that's kind of similar technology inside. So that's based around 270, and also I guess the competitors are REM pods, which is a pod that's set up, and that costs £1,500 plus £50 installation fee, and that's the cheapest one, 1,500.
In terms of the amount of things you can put inside, it's quite limited, isn't it? It's the space is limited. So if you've got large trinkets or large objects, how can you accommodate all of that? Because it's quite limited space inside, isn't it?
The idea, the concept behind it is that we have thousands of objects and thousands of bits of music and thousands of photos, but what are the most important, what 10 objects and 10 photographs and 10 bits of music are going to set off stories? So that's why it's shoebox size. If you want, you can put a sticker on a larger object, but I don't see any point in that. The point is that they go to this box and they can open it any time and look at all their precious things, and when they're done with it, they can just put the lid back on.
I really like this product. I think it's great. I think you're too cheap. I think it should be £2.99 personally. I think it's the sort of thing that if you keep on getting it right like that, families will keep them afterwards to remind them of mum or dad or granny.
I mean, memories are priceless, aren't they?
And but they won't just go. They won't just be slung away after the person's died.
I think that's kind of really important to push, because like Mike said, if it can do that kind of stuff, you know, that the price tag's nothing really. That kind of thing is really not priceless, but you know, it doesn't seem like a lot of money. I wanted to show videos of people using it, and like them before completely blank, and then suddenly music.
Could you see it? I could see it other than dementia, as in kids with learning difficulties. Or
so I get
kids with
response from people that just want to put their objects and keep memories and throughout their lives. So I've worked out like children's market. I've called it the lover market. So buying it for your partner or girlfriend or boyfriend and putting all your precious objects and music together.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Walking into the Den is 19-year-old Ricardo with his new music workshop scheme, designed to help young people develop.
What Treble and Bass is just music, music, music. Music is a way of life. You're born with it, you live with it, you die with it. It's with you till the end. And I'm trying to get this way of life into the minds of young artists, young students rather, to turn them into young artists. What I mean by young is just people under the age of 18. So this was from schools, colleges, youth offending services, and prisons. I don't mean the big, scary prisons. I mean the prisons where you got them under 18s who are harmless, who just want to change their lives but don't have the right surroundings around them. These prisons are young offenders institutes and secure training centres. They're everywhere around England, and I just want to get in there, get people to change their lives completely through music. First of all, our company will work on a commercial and community basis, so that when the money's not there, it can still survive itself. The final setup of the company will depend on the help and the advice I get from you lot at the end, and by the support of the college experts themselves. As I said, we're going to start small in the community, just delivering full-cost workshops to schools and charge on hourly basis in schools as well. Whilst I'm doing this, in the background of doing this, I'll be looking at community-based funding to see that, so that they can help Treble and Bass more than they're doing now. In September, I don't know if you lot know, but I got accepted into Sussex University. So in September, I'll be going there. But during this time, I'll need to find someone with the same mentality as me, who's got a crazy passion for music and a crazy passion for trying to change people's lives. This will be hard to do at the same time, to manage college and music, but it can be done. I will make it happen. Yeah. Treble and bass, we're just trying to offer people who don't have much something. You know, I could go outside, mentor one person for about 20 minutes, turn him into me, a young me, maybe not as good looking as me, but a young me. And this young me could possibly turn into a music mentor, change other people's lives, and that's what I want to do, just keep that ripple effect going, and hopefully it will happen. In the future, I don't want music to be the only way that people can turn, like if they got nothing else to do. I don't want music to be the only thing they can look at. Everybody likes other things, sports, science, even maths. I don't really like maths, but some people do like it. And that's what I want our academy to be in my 5th year plan, like the 5th year is the academy that I want to build for treble and bass, and where they can get qualifications from music, not just learn music and try to get a career out of it, no, but just get proper qualifications to put on their CVs. And from this, I just want them to not only have music, but also any other type of sport. It's just education at the end of the day, and it's what kids need to live. Admittedly, I'm not the best at marketing or the best at design, but I am a City College student, and I'm going to try very, very hard. I'm a quick learner, and by the support of you lot, I can definitely get treble and bass to kick off somewhere. Thank you for listening. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
A confident and passionate start from Ricardo.
I think you've got a great personality. I think you could be you should be an actor. I think you should be in the new Will Smith.
No, so I'm camera shy. I got to block these out of the way.
But whether you can make a business of it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But certainly you've got the enthusiasm, and I know you can help people. You can do a lot for people.
I love music. What can I say? Yeah.
So I know in your plan you mentioned that you've been running workshops, haven't you, and volunteering for 3 years, is it? Where have you been volunteering?
At the Youth Offending Centre in Brighton, just opposite Weatherspoons by the Churchill Square car park. Yeah, I used to help there for a very long time, and once I was mentored by these 2 guys, Max and Jack, who used to help me a lot, and I wanted to do what they did, basically. I just wanted to teach young kids because they really inspired me, and I wanted to keep it going.
Have you thought about not going it alone, but thought about partnership as a way forward for this? And let me just say, you know, Brighton is a city full of music. So you've got Brighton Institute of Modern Music. Yeah. You know, you've got institutions that have built from nothing. Yeah. Have you thought about partnership in any way?
Well, yeah, I have actually, because at the back it shows the flow chart, and on the flow chart it shows at the bottom, is it the bottom where it says first year capital savings. In the first year capital savings, I'll have £2,500 to spend, and that's what I want to put into an event, just a community event where a lot of people with so companies, BIM. DV8, all of them, they can come to it, and as long as they come to it, it's a chance for me to network, to see if we can partner up, just to see if treble and bass can go further than what it already is. So I've thought about it, but not in as much depth.
Yeah, thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you for your time.
At 24 years old, next into the den is Natalie Evans with a new organic juice drink with health benefits.
Hello, my name's Natalie. My company is 42 Juice. 42 Juice is an organic juice company providing 100% raw cold press juices and juice cleanses. I have some samples available here for you to try, so I'll just bring them over if you don't mind. These are the current flavours that are available as part of our range. The Dirty Blonde juice here has been exclusively designed for a retailer who will be stocking our juices at the beginning of the month, so that's quite exciting. So 42 Juice was inspired and created after a personal experience of ill health and witnessing the effects that nutrition played in healing the body. People of all ages can benefit from these juices, from children all the way through to the elderly, so our target audience is extremely vast, and we can therefore kind of target many different avenues in terms of promoting and advertising the juices. So at the moment we currently sell cleanse packages online via the website. As you can see, the little bottles in front of you, the aim is to take them to wholesale, so to have retailers across the UK stocking the juices. We have, as I mentioned before, our very first retailer at the beginning of April. Dirty Blonde is a new concept bar. It's opening in central Brighton, and they kind of own branded bars and companies across the UK. So Dirty Blonde is their new concept which they want to roll out across the UK. So that's obviously really exciting for us in terms of, you know, the first retailer. It'll be a great learning opportunity, I think, for the business, and it'll create kind of customer awareness and increase sales. I've mentioned in the business plan the need for investment to expand the business as planned. I have a meeting scheduled with Steve Coogan and his partner tomorrow morning, which could be a really exciting avenue for the business to kind of go down, because he's a very well-known person and he can endorse the 42 juice and the juices. So he actually booked a cleanse before he flew to LA for the Oscars a couple of weeks back, and obviously really enjoyed them, which is great. So that was also a really exciting time for us. There's nothing more than I would like to share my knowledge with other people about the benefits of nutrition and to empower them through their health and on their journey to bettering themselves. Everything to do with the business I've created from scratch. So the website, I learnt a way to kind of do it, and I created that myself. The logo has been created. I have a lot to learn still to do with the business, but I'm willing to. It's just kind of getting there, and I know there's a long journey to kind of go down. But I feel that in terms of this competition, the mentoring and the experience is invaluable to the success of the company, and that's why I'm here. If you have any questions, please, yeah.
Dan quizzes Natalie on the cleansing process.
The selling price for a single day cleanse is £39 according to your plan. How long does a cleanse kind of last for? I mean, are you supposed to take a cleanse on a daily basis, or is it a weekly thing? I mean,
so it's daily. So the 1 day cleanse, we send them to them and they will consume all the juices in 1 day. They can book a 3-day duration and a 5-day duration, so they just drink the juices on those days. So they just book it as a set duration. If they want to kind of do that monthly and regularly, then they rebook.
Right, so a 1 day cleanse involves how many bottles?
So 4 fruit and vegetable juices, an almond milk and a chlorophyll water.
Okay.
So it's just water. So they will have that throughout the day, and it kind of sustains
without eating
them.
Anything else? Is
No.
that the?
That's the aim, yeah, not to eat anything else. They're allowed to drink as much water and herbal tea as they like, but the idea is just to consume the juices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
It is. Yeah, I think people are always really surprised by the reaction. They kind of see the ingredients and think, oh, but the feedback has been incredible, because as soon as they try it, they realise that it's not bad, it's actually quite pleasant and enjoyable. It is kind of very early days, but we are initiating a process called high pressure processing, which is an alternative means to pasteurisation, and that will significantly extend our shelf life, which will therefore enable us to contact a whole other range of retailers and eventually supermarkets, kind of health organisations.
Can you freeze the juices?
Yes, you can. What we actually recommend, because if, as I said, they only last for 3 days, if someone books a 5-day duration, they have 2 options. They can either receive the full 5 days and then freeze the last 2 days, or they can receive 2 deliveries. So they're absolutely fine in the freezer, which is, enables us to kind of cater to that demand as well.
You've chosen these ingredients, presumably.
Yes.
Is that based on taste, or is that based on each one has an individual constituent that has a particular advantage or added benefit? Or?
Yeah, they are targeted to specific benefits. So actually, as part of our cleanse package, you receive a booklet which lists all of the ingredients and why it's good for you and the benefits of consuming that juice. But they're also very much based on taste, because you have to enjoy them as well. But scientific kind of, you know, background and stuff, there isn't anything, you know, there's no, it hasn't been medically proven as such that, you know, these juices are beneficial, but in my eyes it's simple, you know, every doctor, it's kind of drummed into us that nutrition, you know, eat more fruits and vegetables, eat, you know, consume more healthy things. All this juice is fruits and vegetables, and that's only a positive thing, in my eyes anyway.
When did you start working on this? How long ago have you been?
Last summer.
Okay, so you've come a long way since last summer.
Yeah, I feel like it's actually kind of been a really long process to get to here, but I think, as I said, because I've done everything myself, everything's been so kind of consumed in learning about all different aspects that I can. So the website took me a very long time to do because I had no idea how to make a website, but, you know, so it's been a very long learning curve, and I feel really kind of confident that I know everything that I can in terms of the business, which is why I feel that it's ready to take to the next step. So,
okay, thank you.
Done? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Last to step into the den is 23-year-old Mel and 25-year-old Ray, whose business aims to help develop those with reading difficulties.
Hi, I'm Mel and this is Ray, and we're here today to tell you about our business Symbolise. There are 24,272 schools in England, and out of all the pupils attending these schools, 21% of children aged 16 and under now have a special educational need. Symbolise aims to equip teachers and children and parents with exciting, engaging and stimulating stories written in our unique set of symbols. Symbolise really aims to just give children independence when it comes to reading. When they can't read themselves without an adult, they can just pick up a book, sit down and read a book without having to have the support of an adult telling them what every word says. Having conducted a small-scale study amongst 30 teachers in Sussex, it was clear that there was a shared view that there is a lack of resources and books for children with special educational needs. Having explained the concept of Symbolise and shown them a prototype of books, they all said that if this was readily available on the market, it would be something that they would want to buy. All of our books we will write will be linked directly to the national curriculum, which will give useful and appropriate cross-curricular links that will make our books more desirable to schools.
We decided that we would focus solely on West Sussex to begin with, or to start the business. So we did some further research, and we found that there was roughly about 410 schools in the West Sussex area. We then deducted 10% from that figure to show perhaps people who wouldn't be interested in the product. We took that figure and divided it over the first 9 months of trading, which gave us an approximate figure of 60 schools that we would have to target per month to try and build the business. So we tried to make it sort of as realistic as possible.
We also have various contacts at Brighton University who are willing to trial and buy our product to store in the university library and the Open Learning Centre, which will be a great way of promoting Symbolise and allowing future teachers to get familiar with what we are offering, and it will gain Symbolise the heightened exposure that it needs.
I mean, in addition to this, we aim to use the internet to produce e-books in a PDF format that online users via our website would be able to access and download if necessary. As mentioned before, we also aim to target parents as there's a common quote that says, "Children learn best when sitting on their parents' laps." So we aim to exploit that market and cater for the diverse range of needs that many of these people need, and we feel we could do that with this product. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be happy to take your questions.
A fluent pitch from the duo.
So these are schools in West Sussex. So your market is restricted at the moment, but it's also restricted nationally, isn't it?
The only reason we initially did West Sussex was because we didn't want the figures to be on the cash flow forecast. I wanted to try and narrow down where we would potentially start, and then the aim would be to branch out once we'd gained a few sort of schools in this area locally where it would be easy for us to get them and reach them and get the products to them.
I have been really impressed with what you've done so far in such a short space of time, because when we first met you, it was just a concept and an idea, and I think in the last month you've come on leaps and bounds. Just in the last few weeks, every time I've met with you, you have developed it further.
Are you going to write, or are you going to be reliant on authors?
Both, really. Both. Right. Initially, we have already got in contact with lots of independent authors who are willing for us to transfer their books into our symbols. So that would be a way of sort of starting quickly, as it is quite time consuming for us to write our own books. But we are both going to write, we're going to write together books.
Well, we have an idea already about how to create, you know, a book that would be able to have many books to a set, like a set of books. We've got an idea of that already.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it produce quite complex like revenue sharing arrangements you might have to have? Authors are going to want some payback, aren't they?
When we contact the person on Amazon, he has about 50 children's books that he sells via Amazon. So for example, he has a book on sharks and he uses real life images of that shark in his book, and he sells it at quite a low price. So we offered to match his price that he was selling on Amazon, but we asked him that if we were to use his book, would we have the right to illustrate and put our own images onto his book to make it more suitable to our needs. And he did agree, and we are in emails with him at the moment.
Do you use this yourself, Mel, when you're teaching?
Yes, I spend a lot of time making my, no, we haven't yet used our own symbols, but we create, using the symbols that the school are using at the moment, we make our own books because they're not available, and it's just amazing that kids can just pick up the books on their own and go and sit down and read them without having to just always be sitting next to an adult. It just gives them that independence.
Thank you. Thank you.
An exceptional group of young entrepreneurs have passed through the den for another year in Brighton and Hove. All those that take part go away with business connections, experience and an enhanced knowledge to go on to develop their business. One will take away the £50,000 prize fund to invest in their business. If you think you have the entrepreneurial flair to win over our dragons, then why not enter the Young Startup Talent? We currently cover the Gatwick, Brighton and Hove, West Kent and East Kent areas, searching for that one idea that could land you with £50,000 worth of products and services to start your business, visiting schools, universities and clubs. If you would like us to talk to you or you would like to enter, then visit our website for more details, www.youngstartuptalent.co.uk.